Welcome to The Magic of Coffee. You're here with Jordan and Alex, and we're a podcast about Magic the Gathering, coffee, nerd culture, and much more. We've got our cups of joe. Let's get into it.
Finally back into the old state of talks. Dude,
I don't know if it's because I'm half awake or you're retarded, but I don't know what you just fucking said.
I don't either, man. Oh, man.
I got a Zendikar pack to open. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
7 out of 10.
It's been a ride.
Yeah. So we took a week off to...
Well, I went to Arkansas.
Yeah.
Arkansas.
You saw the first video recorded, MOC's Extra.
That's right.
Yeah, which you just call the MOC. Consistently did throughout all the recordings last 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that we got that. That's not out yet. I haven't even fucking.
Wait,
It's not on YouTube.
it was supposed to release today.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
My life is in shambles at the moment. So
Shambles is a bit broad. I think it's fine.
No, it's fine. I'm just having to get used to a new schedule. Yeah, I meant to do it last night, but I ended up sleeping for 12 hours.
Do you understand that people in Africa can't listen to podcasts? Show
It's on
some
SoundCloud.
respect. It's on SoundCloud. Yeah, did you see what I put with the description on mine?
No.
MOC number 3. This time it's personal.
This time it's personal. Oh yeah, I did see that because I was looking up to see what you did for episode 6. Because I look at the SoundCloud now to see what you put as the title, and that's what I put in there.
I couldn't remember the coffee that we did yesterday, so I put in response adventure.
No, I like that. Yeah, and then on YouTube I said we recorded this before the bannings, which we'll get into. They're a little late, but I want to hear our thoughts. I don't think I've sat down and talked to you about the bannings and everything like that.
As soon as you sent me the link, I the Twitter post. I said Clitter post. Yeah,
Which rough. Literally destroyed an entire deck archetype.
I still
Two
am.
decks
I'm still trying to
time.
figure. We'll get into it in a minute. Okay.
Let's do some catching up though.
Let's do some housekeeping.
Yeah.
So Arkansas was fun.
Yeah.
For 60% fun. 70%, 80% fun.
I mean, it sounds like a good time then.
So we drive, right? Drive there is phenomenal.
Right.
Completely fine.
Yeah.
We're not going to discuss why the way back was fucking awful, but I'll tell you all off camera. But why am I? Are you getting like a anytime I talk like this? Is it me?
No, I don't hear. I don't hear anything.
Test.
Good lord,
Test.
you have your shit turned up loud. It's probably because, dude, look, this is at 75%.
Test. Okay. I think my headphones are going out. I need to pick up new ones anyways. If they go out, I have some spares.
I mean, yeah, all right. We also needed a permanent setup and not tear it up. This stuff isn't meant to be
Torn down, put
every
up
week,
every single week. Oh, wait. We need to discuss this right now. I'm going to try to show the camera, and then you're going to come look at it. But let me see if you can see it. Sorry. Can you see my decks?
Uh-huh. You clean it up?
Look over.
You clean it up?
I cleaned it up.
Yeah, I got to clean mine up, too. I'm getting bad. Especially since bannings, I've just been, copying, pasting decks.
Oh, yeah. Every deck, there's one. I have 5 decks that I'm, potentially going to play.
Yeah.
But, because I don't want to do rogues, man.
I don't want to do rogues either.
I might have to do rogues.
Before I get into the deck that I'm actually using, I try to put a Garul landfall deck together that work. It needs some work. It needs a lot of work. But it works on paper. And I'm really excited to try and get it going. But
you can just hit me up if you're like, hey, I need to test this outside of the blah blah blah. I can just play the decks I'm testing. We can test the decks with each other.
Yeah.
I think honestly we should get better at that because I think it'd be easier.
Yeah.
Because I have the decks that are meta, and then the decks that I
the Garul deck I'm using is meta. I guess it was in a
Meta's kind of.
tournament.
I don't really know what meta is right now.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's not even like typical Gruul. It's just like burn spells until you. Then like, it's it's just rogues. It's just red green instead of fucking black. It's just so like burn spells until they.
Dude, Dimir Rogues is literally just mill and tempo, and that's essentially what Gruul is now. Just like Mono Red, it's just we're going back to speed.
Yeah, well, Wizards like destroyed the only good. Lucky Clover needed to get banned.
Lucky Clover needed to get banned, yes.
But
Ommoth was not the end game. Like there were things beating it for sure.
But it's like they didn't get rid of Scoot Swarm, and it's just like, hey, we're gonna get rid of a deck that's like in every archetype, sure, but we're not gonna get rid of a card that literally breaks our fucking game.
We're not gonna get rid of a card that breaks the game and also could be contributing factor to the infinite combo, which they're just gonna.
It's like they didn't ban a card. They didn't ban infinite combo stuff. They didn't ban.
Problem is, it's hard to get the infinite combo online.
I mean, it is, but there is an infinite combo that exists within.
I think what I might do is
standard right now.
I'm gonna run Naya. It's green, red, white.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna try to pull off that infinite combo. I'm gonna bookmark the deck now.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing Naya also because I want to. I want to get Felder's Retreat. In there, I really like that card, but we were supposed to be doing housekeeping.
So Arkansas
had a good time.
It was a good time. So we get there. I get there, and like so Amy is like, hey, I brought some rye just for us, and I was like, cool, and then she brought all the fixins for old fashions, and I was like, I do love my old fashions. So we started. So first of all, the darkest place I've ever been. And I grew up in East Texas. I couldn't see shit. We had to put lights, flashlights, headlamps everywhere.
Have you never gone camping before?
I've gone camping, but not that secluded.
Yeah.
I've been camping in East Texas, which is not very secluded.
Yeah.
That's the first time I saw meteorites. That's the first time that I saw a very small silhouette of the Milky Way. It was crazy.
Yeah, light pollution's a weird thing.
Yeah. But so we start making old fashions. The plan is we stay up however long we want, but we get up mega fucking early. And I'm like, cool, whatever. And so I drink 6 old fashions. Because I was waiting for my buddy Connor to show up because we needed to make sure that he knew where the camp was. Because once you get to a certain place, there's no signal, right? I was blackout drunk, right? Day 1. And what Connor tells me, Connor walks down, and then what I tell him is I look at him and I say, thank God I'm going to bed. Or I said, thank God you're here, I'm going to bed. So I show him where his tent is, and then I just pass the fuck out. And then I wake up to Amy being like, hey, we're getting up, to do stuff. And I was like, cool. And I'm still fucking trashed. So I drink some coffee, eat some eggs. I also keep in mind I've eaten. So we go to bed at 1:30 because we're still packing. We wake up at 4:30, excuse me. And then we leave officially from Buc-ee's on the trek there at 5 a.m. So I'm running on 3 hours of sleep. And I didn't eat anything. I just pumped 6 Red Bulls into my system on the way there. We get there. I eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and 4 carrots. And then the next day, the day that I'm super drunk and hungover, I eat some eggs. And the entire day, I'm just I'm dizzy, There's a rickety bridge. And finally I'm where everyone's climbing. And I just start getting mad at random shit. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, oh, yeah, I'm fucking starving. So I'm just I'm going to go. So I leave, eat, and I'm 100 times better. And it was so nice. Day 2, we took a hike. I don't remember what day 2 was. Or that day 2 was just us hanging out and kind of walking around. Day 3, we went on a 2-mile hike, which we think is a deer trail. We didn't take the normal trails. We just cut around, and we found rocks and shit that we were going to climb on. So people split up, and then that's when I start climbing. It was a good time. And then we get, so that night, day 3, we go to this cabin that we rented out. And that's when all the drugs came out. Well, like there was marijuana, but like who gives a fuck? Like literally every person in every camp in the area was smoking weed.
Yeah,
like it didn't really matter. But there was acid and Molly, and we were like, "Ooh, I don't want to relapse," so I didn't.
That's good.
Yeah, it's great. But I was trip sitter, and so Connor and I we made a joke, or we made a deal. We were like, if when everyone starts getting higher and higher, we take shots. So we ended at 9 shots, and then eventually both tip sitters were babysat by the people tripping. It was great. And then next day I was like working off a hangover, and then I drove back.
That's fun. It's a good time.
It was interesting. But that was pretty much the gist. There was a little bit more details here and there, but that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't want to have this entire podcast be that.
The jizz of it, yeah.
The jizz.
Well, while you were gone, I started 3 a.m. shifts.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So that's been interesting. I don't really sleep anymore.
Sleeping for the week.
Yeah, and I totally understand the weird abuse of caffeine and being dizzy all the time. You know when they say when you've like been awake for 24 hours, when you're driving, it's like you're driving drunk.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, no, yeah, I understand the feeling.
That's not good.
Dude, it's like every morning, because it's 3 to 11, 3 a.m. to 3 or 11 a.m. And I'm like coming up because I work in Bartonville, like the Kroger that's down the street from Whole Foods. Yeah, I work at that one. We've talked about this, I think, but so I come up this way and I go through like Copper Canyon and stuff like that. Like Copper Canyon's the best road in Denton, also, but yeah, and it's just like, yeah, I'm fucking drunk right now.
Fuck.
It's rough. But yeah, I had to throw away 4 bags of trash from my car earlier today, and it's just like different red like energy drinks and like coffee drinks and shit. Those little like 5-hour energy and like bang shots. Yeah, it's rough.
What up?
But outside of that, yeah, my life's pretty boring at the moment.
That's the only thing that's changed?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
Doom DLC came out, played that a little bit. Want to play that more. I just haven't had the opportunity to. I have about 3 weeks worth of calculus due tomorrow night, so yeah. So that's what I'm going to be doing. But we also got these. I got 2 of these. They're supposed to hold 5,000 cards, which sounds about right. They're freaking huge. And so we're going to be going through all the cards we got and organizing them. I want to keep the boxes for like when I move out and we get like an actual set and stuff like that. Like want them in the background and things like that.
Yeah.
I want to try to get my hands on a Zendikar collector's box. If there's any fucking left, I'll pay whatever I need to for it. Because I want to like, the ideal world would be to get all the collector boxes. Like we're missing Thrones and Theros, but
we are, aren't we? Wait, we're missing.
Yeah, we didn't get Theros or Thrones. We've gotten all the other ones so far, though. Well, we have 2 out of the 5. But I would like to get all of them if we can.
It's a little bit harder.
It would be
for those at least.
The Theros and Thrones will be harder. Theros will be pretty easy. Nobody fucking wants that stupid box,
especially since the bannings.
Yeah. Nice segue. Let's get into that.
I'm fucking salty.
Yeah. So last week, it was last Wednesday, I think. Honestly, Tuesday or Wednesday.
It was literally so I left for Arkansas.
Yeah.
At 4 a.m. Thursday.
Yeah.
And you texted me midday Wednesday. And I was like, God fucking, there's literally no time for me to get into Magic. So when I got back, then it was like, oh, by the way, bans. And I was like, fuck.
Teferi got banned in Historic, whatever. Nobody gives a shit about that Teferi anymore. But, yeah, so Anmas, Lucky Clover, and...
Wait, Teferi, like the old one, the 5-drop?
Yeah.
About fucking time.
White Blue Teferi. Wilderness Reclamation also got banned in Historic. So what was it? It was Onmoth, Lucky Clover, and one other card. I forgot the other card.
Into the Wild.
Escape to the Wilds, whatever it is.
Yeah, such a good card. And they're just, it's like,
they're literally like, oh wow, people are using this card. Bam!
Yeah, it's
that card's been around forever and literally only just started getting used. It came out in Thrones, and I had several of them, and I had 2 of them in my paper deck. But it was just so expensive, I never used it because Onmoth made it very easy to use, just because there's so much. I mean, Landfall, I would say, made it easy to use.
Yeah, I mean, like Onmoth
wasn't. Onmoth made 4-color, work better just because it was such easy mana gain and things like that. But that deck could work still without Onmoth.
It's like as soon as as soon as you get ramp, it's just like, oh no. And it's like, dude, like you need to chill out.
Like I could still probably run that deck and do relatively well without Onmoth in it. But
I disagree.
I was doing well with even without him half the time.
4-color
without
ramp?
Onmoth, yeah.
There's like Naya ramp, Jun ramped, and things like that.
I might do Naya ramp, but
I want to try Naya ramp for the info combo.
Yeah, I'm doing Gruul right now and back to the basics, to my roots. Technically, I guess Boros are my roots. That's what I played originally, but that's garbage. So you move on and you grow,
dude. If I go back to my roots, I'm doing fucking Esper stacks, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to go back to Esper because Esper's trash right now.
Yeah, Boros. Oh, real quick, I just off the top of my head, I remembered it, and I'm gonna be super scatterbrained, so I'm just gonna kind of say whatever comes to mind. Was playing after bannings last week and doing Gruul. Went up against the cycling deck. Dude mulligan down to 4 first off with cycling. And I had Scavenging Ooze out and was just sucking up his graveyard. And he we went like 7 turns before
until he started
actually conceded.
Until he realized oh fuck.
He was like, where on my cart?
Well, dude.
I was like, first off, if you're playing cycling, you never mulligan. You just have your opening hand and you go with it, good or bad. That's just how you play cycling, right? And then
I agree, yes, but
so the guy mulliganed down to 4, which was the first issue. And then he just didn't know what to do. And my Gruul deck is very burn based, so he had Flourishing Fox out. I was like, cool, Stone Crusher, right? Cool. And then it was like, cool, Valiant Rescuer, cool, Hazard Field Spikes, or whatever that stupid card's called.
Yeah.
Deals 1 damage. Valiant Rescuer is the 3/1. So it was just like, and he would just kept cycling, and I was like, Scavenging Ooze. He could. It was a pretty quick game, but I was like, because I'm in gold. And I was like, how is there a cycling deck in gold at the moment?
Cycling is not good anymore, which
it was never good. People didn't know how to handle it first.
It was really good. Yeah, it was really good for a minute.
Yeah.
And then people were like,
and then people were like, oh, that's how Zenith Flare works. All right, cool.
Heard that.
Just get rid of your graveyard, boss.
Literally. I'm trying to find this deck. Dude, you know what I find really frustrating? Do you know who Becca Scott is?
Yes.
Don't make her talk to the competitors.
Yeah.
Because literally I was watching the live stream. First of all, it was a 10-hour live stream, but I was watching it and she was just talking with the competitors, and they were just like, look, as a very, very avid competitor, I love being in ranked. I love trying to play decks, and I love screaming at my computer. I love it. I don't want to talk to her if I'm competing.
Yeah, I know.
Because I want to be like, look, I really need all of my blood in my brain, and there's currently none.
Yeah.
Okay? I need you to go away. And so Seth Mansfield, I'm trying to find his deck. I think his deck was good, but also he was just really nervous about talking to her. The entire thing, I was like, dude, this is sad. Dude, boy, you need to chill.
Dog, put it away, all right?
Put it away, dude.
Stuff it back in.
Just squeeze it really hard, and it'll go limp.
That's what's also funny is, speaking of weird shit like that, some guy from a pretty big news outlet and is on CNN regularly got like caught masturbating on a Zoom call.
Hell yeah.
And he was like, I thought my camera was off. And it's just like, dude, you shouldn't be masturbating in a Zoom call to begin with. Like, it's not that the camera was on. It's that you were fucking masturbating.
Oh, no.
It's like, dog, I know. Look, I get it. Everybody needs to get it off once in a while. Trust me, I get it. But, you know.
Trust your boy.
You can wait. So
Dude, I can't find the Pro Tour.
No, his top 8. Just top 8.
I was looking for the top 8, but it's been so far because there's been like Red Bull's been doing shit. Yeah. Fireball's been doing shit. Dude, but the top 8 was so trash. I knew why they banned it, but they shouldn't have banned. Okay, they shouldn't have banned En Masse, and they shouldn't have banned Escape to the Wild.
Nah.
They should have banned Lucky Clover, and they should have banned Scoot Swarm.
Yeah, because it literally breaks your game. Like, Scoot Swarm banning's happening. Like, it's coming sooner or later. Like, it just has to. Because people are going to figure out just how to get it online quicker. You
know what other card needs to get banned?
It's
so fucking frustrating. As soon as you can get it online and as soon as you can make every Scoot token indestructible, which you can do, the game's over. But another thing they need to ban, 110%. Where you at, bitch? Zareth San, the Trickster. It costs 3 colorless, 1 blue, 1 black. It has flash. It's a 4/4. Its ability states you may pay 2 colorless, 1 blue, and 1 black. Return an unblocked attacking rogue you control to its owner's hand. Put Zareth San, the Trickster, from your hand onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. When it does combat damage, you may put target permanent card from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Every single time that I have Ugin in the deck and he's in the graveyard, they always take Ugin. Because why wouldn't they take Ugin? I get why they're taking Ugin. But also I'm conceding.
Yeah, he was actually in he was in Nahiri's party in the Zendikar trailer. So
you sure?
Yeah. Oh. He's the guy that dies.
Nice. Good. Fuck that guy. That guy's way too overpowered. He should have gotten banned because now everyone's running Demir Mill.
Yeah, because people are dumb and lazy. But it just,
for the record, yes, I will have to agree because the amount of work that you have to put into Onmoth decks, the amount of work you had to do with Wilderness Reclamation decks, Jeskai Fires decks, like I put in a lot of thought into all this.
Like I understand why Wizards is doing it. They want to try to make a fair like playing field, but the issue is when you ban something like Onmoth that is a competitive deck that's taking over, sure, it ruins the meta because this is how bannings are working at this point is they wait for a big tournament to happen. They let the tournament happen, and then the cards that are in 50% or more of the decks they ban, like the win cons they ban, and then it just ruins the meta. And then the top 8 competitors find new decks to build, and then they just ban those cards again. Like, and it's just, I don't get it. And I get why Lucky Clover got banned. It needed to get banned.
It had to have gotten banned. That thing was going rampant.
Yeah, it was just literally destroying like the game. Which is funny that it took so long for it to, because it's cycling out. Well, we have another year, I guess, but
we have definitely a very.
It took a year for Lucky Clover to happen, which is interesting about the game, because it realistically took Uro getting banned for it to happen, but which is weird because like Uro decks, like. I don't know why it took Adventure deck so long to become the meta, but...
Well, it's because there were other cards that were stronger that was taking care of it, and as soon as those... I was listening to it on a podcast. As soon as the decks that were keeping the Adventure decks at bay, once they got banned, Adventures went rampant.
But it's like...
And then you add something that ramps mega hard.
But then that speaks to the game itself, when it's just like... you have a S-tier deck, essentially, right? And then... you get rid of that. So you have the A-tier decks, and then you get rid of that. And now we're in these, like, B-tier garbage decks. And it's just like, do you really want the state of the game to be this way, Wizards? Like, do you really want us to, like, be dealing with these these garbage decks.
You know what they need to do, and because I agree, they need to look at the decks as a whole and just stop banning random shit in the deck. Like Growth Spiral, why in the fuck did that get banned? One, it was already cycling out anyways. Two, it didn't benefit any other decks. If they would have looked at it and been like, okay, Onmoth, sure, is a lot of ramp. Maybe ban it. But Escape into the Wild, I don't think I would ever use Escape into the Wild after the deck got banned, but that seems fucking unnecessary.
Yeah, I know. It's a very costly card, right? And it only worked in 4-color Onmoth, right? Because you were just able to get so much mana so quickly. But banning Escape into the Wilds, why haven't you banned Genesis Ultimatum yet? Because they're essentially the same card. Like
Genesis Ultimatum
is
far
card.
superior.
Yeah,
and especially with ramp, you can just do,
Yeah, and it's just like, then why not ban that? And it's, dude, Onmoth, like, this is the issue with like Oko and Onmoth and these cards is Zendikar has been out for a little over a month at this point, right? A month and a half maybe, and it's just like you can't be banning cards literal weeks, after you release them. Like, you knew this was going to happen when you made that card. Like, what did you expect?
Yeah, I mean, like, for real, like, if
Wizards is literally doing it for money, as they go, oh, look at this pretty card, look what it can do, and then you just have everybody buy it, and then it just gets banned, and eventually, like, paper Magic isn't that big right now, so I get that, right? So it's one thing of like buying a bunch of packs, and then these cards are useless. At least within Arena, you get your wild cards back for it, but it's just
sure you get your wild cards back. But I mean, I agree. Like it's like you need to like why. First of all, if you are like with, for instance, like Oko, like we can put Onmoth in there. Say the fucking ferret looking companion, cards like that. Yeah. Like, why in the fuck, if your playtesters aren't as good as the actual like people making these decks, then maybe you should like look at like the playtesters and be like, okay, we can't release this. It's too strong. Like Lucky Clover, if I saw Lucky Clover, I would have been like, absolutely not.
Why hasn't Embercleave been like? There's like real cards.
Oh, I would have saw Embercleave and been like, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, like there's real cards that like could be banned. Questing Beast, Embercleave. Like there's some really strong. Questing Beast is in every green deck, period, and has been since.
What's the Gruul creature? The one that does the same thing as far as like it can't be blocked by creatures with
Bushfire Elemental.
See, that seems fair.
That's fair, right? Questing Beast is not.
Questing Beast is not fair.
And and it's funny because it's in every green deck, period, no matter what, since it's come out.
Well, the thing is, like, that's how
Evercleave has been in every red deck.
Right. Since the problem is the way that they gauge it, which is almost kind of horseshit in a way, but I kind of get it. But they look at the meta as a whole as far as Pro Tours.
No, I get that. It's like, and Pro Tours is like, well, 8 out of the 8 decks used Onmoth this year or this tournament, so we're gonna ban the fucker. It's just like,
see, that's one thing that I was like, they shouldn't have banned Onmoth. The only reason why is because we're gonna go back to what you said, but there was one card that specifically was being used that wasn't Onmoth, and it was Lucky Clover, minus the Gruul deck, and like the blue. There was essentially just Onmoth decks. But sometimes they weren't Onmoth, it was just Lucky Clover-based decks, which is fine. The Onmoth was just giving ramp, which everyone needs ramp, right?
Yeah.
And then Escape into the Wilds, to this day, still don't know why the fuck.
I don't know. They're just fucking...
But now because of those 3 cards getting banned, now we have these tier 3 bullshit card decks, except for a couple decks like Rakdos, which, first of all, Dimir Mill is going to be top meta until it has the most synergy. Rakdos Control, air quote, is good, and then Selesnya aggro, which Selesnya aggro is not. It's not aggro. It's definitely Selesnya control, and I didn't realize this, and this is why I'm going to probably play Selesnya, but I'm trying to make a Jeskai version of it, but we'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, we have, aside from like Dimir rogues, we have just like these random ass fucking decks. Like even looking at the last like Red Bull Untapped event, red deck wins Bant Yorion, which Bant Yorion is essentially just the combo that I'm trying to accomplish. Mono green, Azorius Control, and then we have 4-color Yorion, which is fucking weird. But again, kind of the same thing, and then Dimir Mill, blah, 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 blah. Dimir Mill, Dimir Mill.
Speaking of Yorion also, and just to, throw more fuel on the fire, is they fuck companions. It's like,
they fucked
what did you think was going to happen?
Yeah, the whole,
adding 3 and then, to make them come out, literally killed companions. Outside of Yorion, I guess, but...
Outside of Yorion, yes, I agree.
Yorion is the only companion that... Loris I see every once in a while, but it's literally, it's
the only time
Yorion.
that I see Loris is when he's in the deck.
Yeah.
And the deck that I'm trying to work on now, I have 1 Yorion as a companion, and then I have 3 in the deck, and I barely use the Yorion.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into the deck tech, because it's really long because there's 80 fucking cards in it.
Yeah, I know. And it's just... I agree, the only deck with any level of synergy at this point is Dimir Mill, and I think it's only going to get worse with that Viking set, because I think it's going to be a lot of blue-black cards. But.
Honestly, I think the Vikings will fuel white more, and I don't want... I mean, white's going to get too strong.
I have no idea. White's around. They took a big hit with losing a Johnny's Primates.
Yeah, which is great because fuck them. I don't like
I'm
a Johnny
tired
Primate.
of right now they're doing it's enchantment stuff and the angels, which it's easy to take care of. But
yeah, the angels. It's. I was like, okay, I guess that's.
Yeah, they're not holding up as well as they white used to. We're at 12%. All right.
Holy shit.
The battery wasn't fully charged, I guess, but we've also been going for 30 minutes, just ranting.
Yeah, I still have a lot to talk about, so I mean, we might as well take a small break and change the battery.
Yeah, we'll just take a break here and change the battery. But yeah, when we get back, we'll do tech decks. When we get back, we're not even doing the coffee break; we're just cutting. So
yeah, we'll get there.
BRB. Hell yeah! All right.
So what were we getting at?
What is he doing?
Joji.
I think he's going to the bathroom. He wants to go to the bathroom. He's been pissing every hour on the hour a lot of the times now, which is kind of funny. But I'm gonna miss that fat bitch.
Same.
Sorry.
So, there is one good thing. I'm gonna discuss it now. So we're back. So I've been working on the Just Guy stuff. We'll do the We'll do the deck tech in a minute. What is this? Glimpse of Freedom? Oh, I need to get rid of this. There is one good thing about the bannings that I like, but I also fucking hate. So back in the day, we had to deal with. You always had to. Well, for you do best of ones. So for me, I sideboarded and mainboarded specific things. But you always had to deal with Dimir Rogues, 4-color Onmoth, and then 4-color Onmoth Ramp, or Adventures. Always had to deal with those. What are you doing? So, now, because of the meta being so fucking bizarre and chaotic and kind of fucked at the moment, you're able to sit down and really find. So I have the metas pulled up because you can MTG Assistant it keeps track of all the meta. Also, what's really cool, and I didn't realize this, you should download this whenever you get a computer, because whenever you lose or win, it'll always show you what the deck is, and you can go to details and it'll pull up the deck tech. And if you really like the deck, you can just copy and paste it. And that's what I've done to 2 decks.
Yeah.
But you're able to try these decks, and because no one really has a good meta except for about 2, maybe even 3 decks, and that's Selesnya, Aggro, Dimir Mill, and Rakdos Control, or an even tie between Rakdos Control and Gruul stuff.
Well, I would say Gruul isn't necessarily that it's synergy. It's just...
I mean, Gruul has always had its synergy.
Yeah, I guess it's always just... It's had to maintain the same level of just all right, this works.
Yeah.
The ramp and burn combo just always works well. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, before you get into your shit, we'll just cover mine real quick.
Yeah, yours is going to be far easier.
Mine is a very simple deck. It's 4 edge wall innkeepers, 4 stone cold serpents, 4 primal mites, 3 scavenging ooze, 4 bushfire elementals, 2 shatter skull smashings, 4 bone crushers, 4 lovestruck beasts, 4 Kadazu mammoths, just because it's either a land or
it's no brainer.
Yeah. 3 questing beasts, 4 ember cleaves, 4 mountains, 6 forests, 4 pathways, 2 evolving wilds, and 4 fabled passages. I have a sideboard in there too, but
yeah. Well, so the deck, and I actually really want to play that deck.
Yeah.
Which I would like to do after we do the podcast. I actually would like to try it out. Not one, because I think it would be fun to play because I like playing with you.
Yeah.
But 2, the deck tech that I'm going to point out is probably not the deck tech that I'm going to use.
Yeah.
Because I'm still trying to work out the kinks. But so far this has worked relatively well. But I think it's all based around luck because I'm using Transmogrify.
Oh, yeah.
And for people that don't know, it's a 4-drop, 3 colorless, 1 red. Exile target creature. That creature's controller reveals cards off the top of their library until they reveal a creature card that creature puts onto the battlefield. Shuffle the rest into your library. So, back in the day, this style of deck was good with Agent of Treachery and Dream Trawler. I have 4 Dream Trawlers in the deck. However, this is the deck tech. I have it kind of categorized. So, I run Yorion as my companion. Mm-hmm. So, I have 80 cards with a 15-card sideboard, technically 14. So I have 4 Maze Mine Tombs, and then 3 Glass Caskets. Uh-huh. I have 1 Valakut Awakening. Mm-hmm. It's the land, put any number of cards on the bottom of your library, and you can, that goes really good with Dream Trawler, and if you're just fucked on land.
Yeah.
2 Mystical Disputes, 2 Fire Prophecy, 2 Negates, and 2 Essence Scatters, so just control. 1 Shatter the Sky, 4 Transmogrifies, as we just discussed, 2 Storm's Wrath, and then as far as creatures, I have 4 Dream Trawlers, 3 main board Yorions, and then 2 Charming Prince. Now we'll get to the reason why I like that because of the enchantments. Not this enchantment. Shark Typhoon. Everyone knows I love Shark Typhoon. Elspeth Conquers Death, Omen of the Sun, and Omen of the Sea. So, here's why. If you bounce Charming Prince with Yorion, and then on end step, everything comes back, then you bounce Yorion. If you bounce Charming Prince with Yorion, and then Charming Prince comes back, bounce Yorion again, and then once Yorion comes back, everything comes back, and so you just bounce Charming Prince with Yorion and Yorion with Charming Prince. And so what you end up doing is, 1, the Maze Mine Tomb will never run out of counters, so it'll never get exiled. If for some reason Glass Casket, you need to get something else, then you'll do that. And then if for some reason there's big shit like Ugins or Ashiok's or anything huge like that, Elspeth Conquers Death, as long as it stays on the board, you can just keep exiling shit every single turn. And then Omen of the Sun, just getting tokens left and right. And then Omen of the Sea, just so you can just scry and just draw cards and shit. Yeah. That's what makes it really, really good. The problem is the Transmogrify mechanic in this deck just doesn't seem like it's going to run really well. But then again, it runs really well sometimes. So I'm thinking about running just 4 Yorions in main board and then just having a 60-card deck. But that we'll work it out later. But sideboard is a sideboard. Glimpse of Freedom, draw a card. Mm-hmm. 2 more Essence Scatters, 2 more Negates, 2 more Fire Prophecies, 2 more Mystical Disputes, 3 Shatter the Sky, and 1, I can never remember his name. Heliod's?
Heliod, yeah.
Yeah, Heliod's Intervention. This is for, like, the artifacts that I fucking hate. Like Gilded Goose.
Gilded Geese.
There's one deck that I really want to talk about. Here, we'll save changes. Selesnya Aggro. Yeah. I'm seriously considering buying more wild cards or buying more packs to get more wild cards to build this deck. because it's 4 Yorians, 2 Charming Prince, so you have that combo. But then it's Llanowar Visionary, so whenever you bounce it, you draw cards. And then Gilded Goose, whenever you bounce it, it ETBs and you get a food token. But then you play Wicked Wolf. And when that ETBs, you fight something. And then you can sacrifice it, and then it gains indestructible. So you can just keep board wiping. And then you also have Skyclave Apparition, and you can exile shit with converted mana cost 4 or less. And it's just like, you can just bounce a bunch of random shit, and then you got 2 Elspeth Conquers Death. Board wipes, you got the Ape, which everyone knows the Ape is way too good, especially if you can bounce it over and over again. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm seriously considering playing this deck, but first I want to try to build, because like I said, this is the perfect opportunity for us to build our own decks, because no one knows what the meta is right now.
There is no meta.
It's really weird.
I think they're going to wait until Viking. I don't want to start ranting again.
I'm also thinking about trying to run Naya Infinite, because I could also run the Infinite combo alongside the Charming Prince Yorian stuff, but we'll see how that pans out.
Yeah, I might go Naya. Yeah, now is the literal perfect time to try to test stuff out and get a feel.
Let's do cycling again. Fuck it.
I was thinking about it because cycling is so easy. If you're good at cycling, number one, you can actually like do good. Number two, it is actually fun to play because it's very brain dead. Just like cycle.
Yeah,
you literally only need Draineth Stinger and Draineth Healer. Those are the only 2 cards you need, and you can cycle every other card out. Flourishing Fox, no. Valiant Rescuer, no. Those are just cycle cards. You just have those 2 fuckers out, and you just...
If you can honestly get cycling up to speed, like up to... If you can make it a fuckload faster, then yeah, the deck, it'll go so smoothly. I've also considered like running burn in it, just a couple burn spells, just to get rid of shit that gets rid of graveyards. For instance, like Scavenging Ooze. Because Scavenging Ooze with cycling, Scavenging Ooze is just a playground for him.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
It's so good. Just like
sucks it all up. Yeah, honestly though, I love Scavenging Ooze.
Scavenging Ooze is fucking good. I need to run him inside. Oh, I'm running Jeskai, I forgot.
It just, especially with like Dimir Mill running rampant at this point, if you can get him on the line, you can just burn your own graveyard. So it's just, ooh. And then you end up having this fucking monster of a fucking, ooze, and then they don't really know what to do with it.
I'm debating on running. Oh, fuck.
Because they just have to start chunk blocking. But
yeah, dude, there's so much.
Primal Might's also a very good card.
Primal Might is way too good, and I love. It's not way too good like it's overpowered. It's just way too good.
It's so good. Like X and 1 green. You literally don't even have to pay X. You can just have it fight something. Like, it's so good. I love that card. I've had so many times where I don't even pay X. I'm just like, all right, you kill. All right.
Bonk.
Yeah.
In response, bonk.
It's like, cool, all right, Questing Beast. You may die, but fuck it. I don't care. You're there for bait, usually. One game, it was one of the first games I was using this Gruul deck, and I put Embercleave on the 1/1 human token Lovestruck Beast makes. It was the only thing I had out there, and I was just like, boop. Like I could see it. And it's like, really? It's now a 2/2 with double strike. You could definitely get rid of this. Like,
someone did what you used to do when you would put like enchantments on like random shit that I would have. I remember doing that, and this happened today. I was testing out this Yorian deck. It happened today. Someone put their enchantment. It gave it +1/+1 and flying or some other shit like that, and I fucking countered it. I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Oh, it also made it a 9. And I was like, no, just in case.
I don't really do that anymore. I could.
Well, also you started finding your niche in the ranked game.
Yeah.
Wait, you're in gold?
Yeah, I'm gold 1 right now.
Bro, I'm whole ass still in platinum.
Yeah, I know. I haven't really been playing. Every time I'm like, all right, this is gonna be it, and then I just get busy. I move back to 1 class next week, so it's discrete mathematics, but that'll free up a good bit of time. Also, I'm also just ready to get done with math classes, but.
So, have you decided at all to try the infinite combo?
I haven't. I want to. I've made the decision that I want to try it. I just haven't put a deck together yet to try it.
I am going to. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down and try to see if I can run it. If I have the cards for it. I think tomorrow I might buy a fuckload of packs just so I can get more, because I want to get Selesnya going, because I don't really need much. Yeah. With Selesnya, all I need is 2 more of the core spirits, the Skyclave boys. I need 4 Gilded Gooses, and I need 4 Wicked Wolves, and then like land and shit like that. But land really is like, I don't really need land.
I'll make a 4th Terror of the Peaks. I'm surprised I don't have 4 of them. I always run.
How many terrors do I have?
I always ran like 3. We'll do 4 heroic interventions, and then what is it though? I'll just do Spider.
Oh, I only have 2 Terror of the Peaks. Jesus, I need to run 4 of those. I think I have 2 mythic wild cards left. If I decide to build it today, then I'll just pump the 2. What's the spider called?
Spore Web Weaver. So yeah, 4 heroic interventions, 4 Spore Web Weavers, 4 Terror of the Peaks.
Yeah, I need
Lotus Cobra.
Yeah, definitely need a Lotus Cobra.
Lotus Cobra is also a big bait card now, which is funny.
It's really funny because it doesn't make any sense as to why it's being hit, because it doesn't really do much anymore. I mean, it's good ramp.
Yeah. I can't think about making this deck right now.
Yeah.
You know.
Speaking of, I probably need some more coffee to think of that. That's a damn good segue, wasn't it? It would be a better segue if we stopped pointing out the segues. Yeah,
Season 3, baby.
You know, damn well we're not going to fucking not point it out.
Yeah, we're not going to point out our segues, especially when they work so well. Hit that theme song.
Don't do that again. Season 3, we need to have a talk. Oh, God.
Ooh, theme song go.
Oh, that was all right.
It was, no, I can definitely see it in the track.
You know
it's just like,
fuck off, all right?
We're back.
Welcome
to the magic of coffee.
Episode 7.3.
Where am I?
I have to figure out a fucking sleep cycle. That's what all right. So this week we are trying Jittery Joe's Proving Grounds coffee. It is a coffee blend specifically tailored by the rock band Widespread Panic. They're from Athens, Georgia. Also, REM is also, if you know who they are. Yeah. What do you think?
I enjoy it quite a bit.
Yeah,
now,
I like it.
I might be a little biased because I've all weekend been drinking instant coffee.
Oh, yeah.
And let me tell you, you become pompous like us, instant coffee just tastes like straight boo-boo.
I've also been drinking nothing but, like, the Starbucks, like, frap little, like, drinks and like Dunkin' Donuts little drinks and shit like that. So drinking real coffee the first time in like 2 weeks is nice.
It's like, thank God.
It's like, what is this? But
here's something we need to do.
Make you a list.
I need to make a list, and I want to make the list right now.
Yet.
Huh?
Have you not?
I don't know.
It's been like fucking.
Season 2, ladies and gentlemen. Have you said anything racist this season yet?
Not yet.
I don't think that's true. Hold on. Oh, we might have been off camera.
Nothing that's actually come out yet. There was some of the shit that...
There was the one where Connor and I were like, yo, whoa. Hold on.
You can't say... Well, nothing on camera. Some of the recorded stuff that may get released at some point. I don't fucking know anymore.
You're in charge of that. Let's do it.
It's all like irrelevant. We recorded it like a month ago. I might have it come out later. I just have to. I don't fucking.
You're gonna release it during the next rotation. It's like, dude, it's been a year later. Why does my hair look like I have a receding hairline?
Because you do.
If anything, you do.
I don't have a receding hairline. My hairline's been the fucking same since I've been 18 years old.
You look like Vegeta's part line right now.
Dude, I've always had a widow's peak. I swear to God, I could pull up pictures from high school. I've had the same fucking widow's peak.
Dude, your military friends have shown me more photos of you younger than you have.
Well, because I don't want to talk about it.
Like, all of your friends, for some reason, that one graduation photo, you were just like... Apparently, all of your military friends are just like, yeah, we're going to fuck with that photo.
All right, list time.
I'm
going to put this as number 2.
Chuba. What is it called?
Proving Grounds coffee. This might be number 1 for me. But I'm also like really tired, and this is just really good. So I'll put it as number 2. I'll be a little biased.
What's what's your list?
Number 1 is Equator Coffee. Number 2 is Proving Grounds, which is this one. Number 3 is the Seabright. Number 4 is Stay Golden. Number 5 is Wake and Bake, which is the other Jittery Joe's. Number 6 is the Metric Coffee. And number 7 is Biohazard. I also tried Stumptown's cold brew coffee. We did Stumptown last season. I tried their cold brew. It was pretty good. I'm not a fan of cold brew in general. It's a little too bitter for me, which is funny to say because we drink black ass coffee. But it's just I have to get used to cold brew, I guess. But yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah,
it was drinkable.
I mean, I don't know, man. I like cold brew. I don't. No, I don't. I mean, I do. Like, it's tolerable, but it's not my. I'm not going out being like, can I get a cold brew?
Hey, boss, you got a cold brew?
Excuse me. Let me give my handlebar mustache a little swig. I need a cold brew. Anyone in Denton that listens to this fucking hates me.
Yeah, I know. It's speaking of handlebar cusp.
Handlebar cusp cunts.
Mustaches. And
welcome to the magic of coffee.
Hipsters and shit like that. I was thinking about it the other day because I was listening to the Neighborhood's first album. If you know who the Neighborhood is,
I am very familiar.
First album, and I just remember because that came out in 2012, and I was just like, "Fuck, that was like my hipster days." Was like, when you remember when Black Keys El Camino came out?
Yeah,
like that era of hipsters. That's when I thought I was a hipster. And I was just like, man, hipsters are totally different. Like, the whole persona is just completely different than it was back then. Back then, it was like, you listen to, like real indie music, not Tame Impala, and, like...
dude, I was the hipster of hipsters in my town.
And that was, like, me too. That's what's sad. Is it was, like, Black Keys, Neighborhood, Of Monsters and Men, their first album, shit like that.
Dude, I was listening to random bands, like, back in the day. Like, I was listening to, like, John Howard? That's the composer. I was listening to like this guy. I can't remember what his name. Something Howard. Yeah. No one heard him. Back when Keaton Henson wasn't very popular, I was listening to him. Antoine Dufour, listening to him. No one still knows who that is for some reason.
But it was just funny. It was like back then, that time area, hipsters were like skinny jeans, Toms, white V-necks, and a leather jacket, like...
Oh, that's me. Minus Toms. I refuse to wear Toms.
I wore Toms back in the... I had a pair of vegan Toms and a pair of red Toms. Yeah. I got called gay a lot in high school for not being... I was just like, dude, I'm just wearing V-necks. Dog, you're wearing tight-ass skinny jeans and red-ass Toms.
I remember back in people calling me like a faggot and stuff like that, and I was like, dude, I'm literally cheating on... Your girlfriend's cheating on you with me. Yeah. It's fine.
And I was like making out with my girlfriend in the hallway then too.
Damn.
Yeah, I used to get.
Just wait till you have sex, dog. It's gonna be sick. Used to get. Anytime I see Nissa now, I just fucking don't me. Have you looked at her card up close?
Yes.
I'm just like.
Yeah, I'm aware of what you do in my bathroom,
dude.
But
you're aware or you're watching? Hold on. Let's discuss this.
I'm aware. I don't want you to do your thing.
Just fucking with a microscope.
Alex has a micro penis confirmed.
Judging by because we film a lot of these, they don't know. They know I don't.
What the fuck does that mean?
He's got a big old.
What the fuck happened to this back half of the stupid podcast? It's not a stupid podcast. I love this fuck.
So I think
also, you want to know what's funny? Is
before we continue, golden, proven, equator. Those are the top 3 in that order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The new iPhone 12s are not coming with a power brick or headphones.
Okay. What is it? What?
The new iPhone 12s are not coming with a power brick. It's like like one of those.
Right, I know.
Or a pair of headphones.
Right.
So they can sell you them later on and make more money.
I see.
It's about like, the being better to the environment and shit like that. But also they make like another like $60 million off of it or something. 600 million or something like that.
Dude, I'm whole ass going to buy like wireless headphones from Walmart.
I bought my Raycons online. They were really good. I like them.
I should buy online, but also like the only good headphones that I need are headphones that I use for for studio stuff. What was that?
I slapped the table and it like made things shake. So I started watching Preacher, and I think you would love this fucking show.
What the fuck is that?
It's
about?
on AMC,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's in the vein of like The Boys. It's by the same team that like are producing The Boys, produced Preacher, but it's about a man who is trying to be a preacher in a small town in Texas. And ends up getting. It's called Genesis.
Ultimatum?
You would think. But it's literally, it's like the bastard child between an angel and a demon. And it gives him, and it's the most powerful entity in existence and creation, blah, blah, blah. But I think you would like it because it's not very Christian at all. It's so he gets it because he's the perfect mix of good and evil, and Genesis is the perfect mix of good and evil. And like the first season, for example, it's just like him just trying to like save the town and bring him to God, right? And every time he tries to do something good, he like ends up doing something bad.
Big same.
So like he's like trying, like he's literally like about to open the doors to like on a Sunday morning, and this kid Eugene is just like trying to talk to him, and he's just like he's just upset, and he's just like, go to hell, Eugene, and he like literally sends him to hell.
Fuck.
And then like
I forgot I could do that.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting, and I'm not gonna say more because I actually like want you to watch it because I'm on the 4th season now, which is the last season, and it is super good, and I think you would like it because it's definitely like in the vein of The Boys if you've seen that yet.
I've only seen the one episode you showed me.
You haven't even watched The Boys yet?
Dude, we've discussed this last season. It's so hard for me to watch. Dude, I haven't even completed Sword Art. Dude,
it's the best anime opening ever.
You know what's the best opening ever?
I think.
Welcome to the magic of coffee. You're here with Jordan and Alex. And much more.
All right.
We've got our cups of Joe.
This time has gone off the rails.
So let me tell you about something.
Okay. I think I'm going to say some weird shit. But
Oh, yeah, I'm about to.
over the break, we made some decks. I don't know if that's what you're getting into. But
yeah, I'm getting into that.
Yeah, we kind of put together some infinite combo decks, or I put together an infinite combo deck.
I put in just bouncing decks.
Yeah, and I kind of threw one together.
Oh. How do I get this?
What?
There's a I know this is going to be stupid. It's a Johnny, and he's a cartoon character, and he's swinging on a vine, and it says Extra Life 2020.
Extra Life?
Yep.
Yeah, that's is it XTRA?
Mm-hmm.
That's a Rooster Teeth thing.
What?
You might be able to, if you donate to Extra Life with Rooster Teeth, they may give it. Dude, I don't know what happened to that deck.
No.
I think I don't think I saved that deck, dog.
Fucking god damn it. We'll build it later because Jordan and I are gonna play test a couple things because I have a couple decks that I want to try.
I have a badge.
You know what's really good, but it's not hitting meta anymore, and it's almost in a way frustrating.
Oh no, it's down here because it's not complete. Never mind.
Dog tribal.
We talked about this last time, I think.
It's completely off meta.
It's good, but it's not that good.
Dog tribal with Winata is very good,
yeah,
but the problem is like. I don't know. It's just not doing well. I think I might try to go Winata again, but it's going to be really difficult to do because of Demir.
Yeah. Sorry, I have to sneeze.
I thought you were just thinking really hard.
If I was good enough at video editing, I'd put the stupid like math thing over.
You can.
I can. I don't know how to. I know how to. I'm just fucking tired.
Anyways. So, wait, you haven't finished that deck yet?
No, I'm 10 cards. I need 10 more cards. I was also gonna. I bought the fucking Euro lands.
Hell yeah! I want to. I don't. I might get them tomorrow.
Oh, so I bought the Euro lands, and now they're like the standard lands that just get put in the decks.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah, that's very convenient because I was like, "Fuck, I don't want to do that again." They're cool. I mean, I think I like. The
oh my god, dude, they're cool.
I'm so tired.
Oh shit! I need to do. Oh fuck. So this deck is. Oh, okay, I know exactly what I'm doing. Hold on. I need to. There we go. So this is the deck so far.
That was just like 30 seconds of noises.
I'm sorry, man. I'm really trying to not be a fucking weirdo, but it ain't working.
Yeah, I know.
It ain't working real good. So
Took a week off. This one.
yeah, I took a week off. Now I don't know how to do stuff real good.
Can I kind of want to build them on a red deck. That's all around like claim the firstborn and like shit like that. I'm just taking creatures.
Dude, you should.
That would be fun.
This deck is all over the fucking place, to be honest. So it's the same gifs, but I'm gonna test it, and this is not the finished product.
Yeah.
By any regard. But it's 2 glass caskets, 3 maze mine tombs, 2 prophets, 2 prophecies, 2 disputes, 1 Valakut awakening, 2 shatter the sky, 3 charming prince, 2 conclave, 2 skyclave apparitions, 4 Yorians, 1 dream trawler, then all the enchantments. The 2 obviously shark typhoon, y'all know. 3 Elspeth conquers death, 3 Omen of the sea, Sun, 3 Omen of the Forge, and 2 Omen of the Sea, which actually I'm going to do 2 Omen of the Forge and 3 Omen of the Sea. And that is the deck. Aside from the land, and then the sideboard is just literally the same fucking thing. Intervention, 2 Storm's Wrath, 1 Shatter the Sky, 2 Disputes, 3 Thundering Rebuke, which is, I don't know if it's going to stay in there, 3 Negates, and 3 Essence Scatters. So hopefully this deck I'll enjoy playing, and then I can cheat to make it actually like really to make it decent.
Yeah, I saw a meme. I think I sent it to you one time, and it's like the Despicable Me meme where he's like, it's like the.
What the fuck is happening?
It's like the Despicable Me meme, and it's like, build a deck that build a deck.
Oh yeah, this is a while back.
Build
a deck that you like.
Critique it, and build a deck that you like. Critique it until it does good. Becomes meta deck. I was like, yeah, that's about right. Also, have you read the flavor text on Glass Casket? It says, fate will decide whether it's a bed or a tube. It's just like, I mean, all right.
Dude, that's literally every goth bitch's quote. Oh, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're going to try to work out the infinite combo. I'm going to try to figure out if I can do bounce control, essentially.
Yeah.
Because it's gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, cool. The ramp deck, the only ramp deck that I like is banned.
Yeah, I know, right?
So So I'm just gonna go back to old control because I don't want to do Just Guy or not Just Guy. I don't want to do Demir Mill. It just doesn't seem fucking fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's wrong with me?
I don't know.
Dude, we're going to get canceled.
No, we're not going to get canceled. They're just going to demonetize them. We're going to be like, okay.
We're not fucking monetized to begin with. Please share with this podcast with your
please. We need to make the money. Also, like, we got to get that Patreon going.
Yeah, I know. Transmogrify, would that be good for the infinite combo?
Transmogrify?
Yeah. No.
No, not at all.
That has not worked.
Unless you take creatures out, like unless you have the two creatures that you have are going to be Spore Web and Tear the Peaks. As long as you just have those in the deck, then it'll be fine. But no, it's not going to be good.
Nah, I'm gonna do Gem Razor and Migratory Great Horn.
Let's wrap this up and then discuss this off camera.
Yeah, you're right.
Is there anything else you want to bring up? I'm all my notes are done.
I kind of want to. I wanted to talk about. I kind of talked about it earlier before the podcast, but I've decided that I'm not necessarily like vegetarian or vegan anymore, but I want to eat plant-based as much as possible. And for the first few days, I was doing like Beyond Meat and like the Impossible patties and like Kroger's brand of it. And it was okay, and I was just like getting tired of eating that. And then I remember a few weeks ago or a couple months ago or something like that, you came over and you were like, you were cooking something, and you were like, dog, I'm getting the PTSD from all the fucking Beyond Meat that I ate.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I was going to ask, like, so I'm doing like the chicken patties, the Morningstar stuff.
Yeah, really good.
They are really good. Do you have any other recommendations? That would like be kind of plant-based, because I know you can't like eat meat, so. But I don't want to like eat fucking cheese pizza all the time. Like I want to try to eat healthier and. You know.
Yeah, I mean the Beyond Meats is really good. It's also cost efficient. If you're gonna like, I'll show you how Bounds and I made it at Alamo. Because if you get like that big ass brick that I was talking about and actually prep it, or that I used to bring over and prep it, you can get like an absurd amount of patties out of it. Beyond Meats are really good. I would say don't get any kind of rice based, but veggie based and soy based is pretty decent. Soy is going to be really, really high in protein. Yeah. It's terrible for the environment, but so is meat, I suppose. But
yeah, I know.
So there's not really a win-win when it comes to like the planet, but
it's fair.
Morningstar is good, but the price that you're getting versus the amount that the price that you're paying for versus the amount that you're getting is a little like
yeah,
because you could just prep Beyond Meat burgers.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I kept eating them, because I was getting an absurd amount of protein. But yeah, I mean, the stuff that you're getting, I quite enjoy eating. I would say to be honest, the end game would be to get a food processor and just start making your own. But that's gonna that'd be a day's worth of like meal prep. But as far as chicken goes, the Morningstar like prepped like cooked chicken, dude, I get that all the time and then throw that just on a grill or on a skillet and just start.
Yeah, I've been throwing them. I've been throwing them in the oven, and then like before they're done cooking, throw like a piece of cheese on there. Mm-hmm. The Tillamook, they use that Alamo, the cheddar, but they're just the cheese in general. Like, fuck, they got some thick ass pepper jack slices that I eat a lot, or I've been using with those.
Tempeh. Tempeh is really good. Tempeh you definitely have to season. Tofu, I can show you how to make tofu if you want to endeavor in that, unless you know how to make it already.
I don't really know.
You just have to season it, let it sit, drain it properly, things like that. Seitan, I don't fucking care for that kind of fake meat. It's kind of gross, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then also, if you really want a decent ass veggie hot dog, it's really odd, but somehow I found it. Aldi has a veggie hot dog. Mm-hmm. It's the best hot dog I've ever had.
Aldi's is really interesting because I honestly like their cider better than like Angry Orchard or anything like that. They have some like weird knockoff cider.
Yeah.
That's really good. Because I'm also like trying to figure out what I'm going to do about drinking and things like that. Because there's many days where I've gotten off of work at 11 a.m. and just been like, dude, I could fuck a six-pack right now. You know? But I'm just like, dude, it's 11 a.m. I can't do that.
I mean, what a lot of people have done, well, this is before quarantine, because like Lucky Lou's, they open up at 6 now instead of 11. Back in the day, when I would just go, because I would like on my day off, I would get up in the morning, run all my errands. I'm like, cool, I'm going to go grab a drink and some lunch, and I'll go to Lou's as soon as they open at 11 a.m. And then some of my buddies, they do the overnight shift at was it Peterbilt or some shit like that? I don't remember. But they would come in and they got off work at like 12 p.m. or some shit like that. And they'd be like, yeah, I haven't gone to bed yet because I do the overnight shift. So they're just drinking during the day, getting drunk, and then they leave. Yeah. Because that's the only time that they can really, you know, because they can't just like get up for happy hour, drink, and then go to work.
Yeah.
That would be absurd.
No, yeah, I know, for sure. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. And I was just like, I mean, it is technically my night, you know, at 11 a.m. It'd be cool to have
I couldn't imagine, like, so, like, Rip Rocks, I believe, opens up at 11, like, normal hours. Mm-hmm. It would be absurd if you just gave me a call and, like, let's go drink. And I'm like, all right, let me take a shower.
I just woke up, dude.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. I plan on living over there in that area. I have to start making calls about that, but
business meetings will be easy.
Yeah,
because there's a rule that I've kind of implemented that I try not to drink once sunsets. Just because I've been studying COVID and like the group that I hang out with, like the agreement is like if you're gonna drink at night and then want to come to that house to hang out, you have to tell the entire. We have a Discord channel.
Yeah,
and anyone that's going to say like. The house that night, they have to this is the door. Mm-hmm. You have to go onto the Discord and say, hey, I'm doing this and I'm going overnight, this is why, and then they decide if they want to risk it. So but it's like it's just easier if I just fucking don't go at night unless it's like a special occasion.
No, I get that. But yeah, that was like realistically the last thing I hit. Doom Eternal DLC came out. We kind of talked about that. I want to show it to you also. Because like literally, like you start out and you're like, all right, cool, DLC, and then you like get to the first area, you're like, bad guys, and then it's just like, and I'm in like the second area now, and it's like, I've gotten through like, you get through like 3 waves, and the game kind of teaches you in the campaign that it's like 3 waves. You get to like 3 waves and you're done with the area. I get done with the 3rd wave.
Joji? No.
And I'm on the 4th wave starts, and it's.
You know what, Joji?
He's like, it's my fucking chair. We're about to wrap up anyway, but yeah, the 4th wave starts.
I never wrap up.
And it's like 4. You know, like the fucking spider things with the turret.
Yeah.
There's like 5 of them on top of other shit, and I'm just like, I literally don't know how to manage this at this moment, like because I've lost like the battle loop and like all that other stuff that you're supposed to like. The game literally thinks you just finished the campaign when you start this, and I'm just like, oh my god, I can't do this. But anywho, yeah. So
look at the fat bowl.
Look at it. Yeah. Looks like you're jerking them off. Well, hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Facebook and Instagram is The Magic of Coffee MTG.
Twitter is The Magic of Cough. And if you're listening to us on SoundCloud, hit us up on YouTube.
Or any other streaming platform.
Yes.
A lot of content on YouTube.
If you have any coffee recommendations or anything like that, email us at themagicofcoffee@gmail.com.
Patreon is almost done.
We have
almost done.
Discord up also. That'll start being linked in the YouTube videos. But outside of that, anything else?
I think that's it, dog.
All right. Enjoy your mornings.